ChatGPT can write emails, it can build businesses, it could even pass medical exams. But what if I told you that you can use ChatGPT to actually get into the absolute best shape of your life and drop fat faster than ever before? Today, I'm gonna show you how to use AI to create meal plans, workouts, supplements, recovery strategies, and even motivational systems. So you can finally lose weight, build muscle, and stay consistent without crash diets or gimmicks. And at the end, I'll reveal the biggest difference between relying only on AI and actually reaching your goals. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Trent Harrison, and over the past 8 years, I've coached thousands of men and women, most of them in their 40s and 50s, to lose fat, build muscle, and create a lifestyle they can actually sustain. Today, I want to walk you through exactly how ChatGPT-5 can act like your personal fitness assistant. And I'll even give you the exact prompts for you to use. The problem isn't that people don't know what to do. It's that there's too much information out there. So you're like, should I do keto? Should I fast? Should I do CrossFit workouts? Should I take fat burning pills? And what's crazy is we live in a society today that has more information than ever before, but we still have a rising obesity rate. Why is that? It's because information without implementation is just noise. And so for you, you might be at a place now where you feel overwhelmed with so much fitness information on the internet. You're like, should I follow this person or that person? Should I do this diet or that one? And maybe you even program hop or diet hop and you never stick to something long term. Most people don't fail because they lack information, because we literally live in the information era. They fail because they don't know how to actually stay consistent with the information. And so what we're going to learn is how to use AI to stay consistent. And this is where AI comes into place. It can simplify the whole process. It can cut through the noise. It can tell you exactly what you need to focus on for your specific body and give you a clear path forward. But remember, the real magic comes from consistency, not complexity. So our goal is to create clarity, not confusion. And here's how I like to use ChatGPT for food. I love food, and I've used ChatGPT for nutrition for a long time now. And so what you can do is you can literally ask ChatGPT, give me 10 recipes that hit 140 grams of protein, 130 grams of carbs, and 55 grams of fat per day, using foods like lean ground beef, rice, salmon, eggs, and vegetables. So what I want you to do is use ChatGPT, plug in your macros, and tell it the exact foods that you like. Another thing that you could do is tell ChatGPT how many meals you like to eat per day. So maybe you're someone who likes eating 3 meals per day, 4 meals per day, or 5 meals per day. Specify that to ChatGPT. You can also have ChatGPT calculate your macros. You can tell ChatGPT how tall you are, how much you weigh, how active you are, how old you are, and any medical conditions you might have. And what it will do is it will actually give you the calories, proteins, carbs, and fats you should be eating for your specific body and goals. Another hack that I love using ChatGPT for is helping me find my body fat percentage. So one thing you can do if you don't have access to DEXA scans or in-body scans or ways to track your body fat is you could take a picture of your current physique, plug it into ChatGPT, and it will tell you what your estimated body fat percentage is and even how much body fat you need to lose in order to get abs. So what you want to do with your nutrition is you want to ask ChatGPT to create you a 7-day meal plan and spit out however many meals per day that you need to eat. Now, here's one of my favorite things to do with nutrition. I like to cycle through 5 to 10 meals 90% of the time. So what I will do is I will ask ChatGPT to give me 5 to 10 macro-friendly meals that will fit my personal macros, and I will cycle through those meals. I don't want to have too many options where it leads to confusion. I want to have a few short, quick, easy to make options that I can do on the go. Here's the key. The goal isn't variety. The goal is consistency. So even if ChatGPT gives you 1,000,000 meals, only choose a couple that you know you can make and eat consistently and make sure they fit your numbers. That's the flexible dieting philosophy. Because ChatGPT might give you a meal plan, but can you actually follow it? So the question is, can you eat this way for the next 5 years? And if you want to expand on this prompt, you can even add that into the prompt when you ask ChatGPT for the meal plan. You could say, make this meal plan so good that I can eat this way for the next 5 years of my life. Because the problem with most diets is people can't stick with them long term. And if you can't stick with it for 5 years, then it's not worth doing for 5 minutes. Another thing I love to use ChatGPT for is to find me high protein snack options. So now you asked it to give you 5 to 10 macro friendly meals that fit your personal macros after it gave you the macros. Next, we're going to have ChatGPT actually give us snacks that we can eat. And so you could tell ChatGPT what snacks you currently like, and then it will give you a couple of snacks that you can eat on the go that fit your macros and that are high in protein. The next thing we got to do once we figure out our nutrition is we are going to figure out our workouts and cardio. Now, the thing with workouts is you don't need to work out 6 days a week in order to get results. So here's the prompt you're going to use. You're going to say something along the lines of this: design me a 4-day workout split for a 45-year-old beginner, focusing on glutes, core, and upper body strength. Use only dumbbells and resistance bands and make these workouts less than 45 minutes long. So some keys to this prompt is you're going to tell ChatGPT how many days per week you want to work out. You could tell ChatGPT how long you want the workouts to be, and you could tell it what your specific focuses need to be, like the specific areas you want to work on. Another thing I like doing is telling it what equipment that you have access to. So if you have access to dumbbells, include that. If you have access to resistance bands, include that. If you like to run, then include that, and boom, it's going to give you a full game plan. The key also is making sure that you can progress and track your weights as you go along. So it's not enough just to have the workouts, but you need to be able to progress with weights to make sure you're getting stronger on a regular basis. One thing that's cool about ChatGPT is the more specific the prompt you give it, the better outputs it's going to give you. So if you want to have a workout program that progresses gradually, then include that. Say, make sure this has adequate progression so I can get stronger. Make sure that I don't plateau on this workout plan, and it will build the workouts according to that. Now let's add cardio. So if I want to add my cardio in, I'm going to pull up ChatGPT and use this prompt. Give me a weekly cardio plan for fat loss and heart health for a 45-year-old woman who lifts weights 4 times per week. So you're going to insert what cardio you like to do and insert how old you are. You can also tell ChatGPT what type of cardio you like to do. So maybe you like to cycle, maybe you like to run, maybe you like to do some brisk walks, maybe you like to do the elliptical or the Stairmaster. So include that, and it'll give you a cardio routine around that. This balances strength training with conditioning for both fat loss and longevity. Now, once we figure out our training and cardio, we have to figure out what supplements we need to take for our body. So next, with supplements, the prompt I'm going to use is give me safe and effective supplement stack for fat loss and muscle building for a healthy 45-year-old woman, for example. What ChatGPT will do is it will cut out the gimmicks, and it will focus on evidence-based products that you specifically need for your body. So for example, it might spit out protein powder or creatine or omega-3s or vitamin D, magnesium, simple and effective. Because with supplements, we're looking for what's going to give us the best bang for our buck and what is something we could healthily take for long periods of time. No magic, fat burners. Another thing you can ask ChatGPT is, what supplements do you want me to avoid taking right now? And what it will do is maybe it will cut out the noise for you and tell you what supplements to avoid that you don't necessarily need on this journey. Next is we have to figure out what our recovery is going to look like. This one's huge. So if I want to figure out my recovery with ChatGPT, I'm going to use a prompt and say, give me a recovery routine outside of training and nutrition to maximize my results. So what it's probably going to tell you is something like get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, drinking water, light stretching or foam rolling, managing stress, and walking daily. Because remember, muscles don't grow in the gym, they grow when you recover. So recovery is sometimes just as important as the actual training itself. Another thing I like to do is, if ChatGPT gives me something back and I don't like it, literally tell it, I don't like that. Give me something different. So if you get a workout plan or if you get a meal plan and you don't like what it gives you, say, substitute this or substitute this exercise to make it fit my body. Substitute this meal and make it a more lean ground beef. So you can actually give it specifics once it gives you the prompt back. So it's not enough just to plug in one prompt, but sometimes you have to reply back multiple times so it spits out the right information for you. Now let's talk about progress, because just having the information isn't enough. If you want to track your progress, ask it this: give me a system to track progress in fat loss and muscle building using weekly check-ins, because the check-ins with yourself are going to be huge. And it will give you something like take your weigh-ins 7 times a week or 3 times a week or maybe even once a week. It'll tell you to weigh yourself consistently, measure your waist, take progress photos, track your strength in the gym, and it might even note your energy and sleep. That way you're not guessing if it's working, you actually know. So tracking your progress is key when it comes down to making sure you can stick with it consistently, because if all you're doing is looking in the mirror and trying to figure out, am I losing body fat or am I seeing changes? That's not gonna work. You need to actually be able to track numbers and track metrics. Something I think people do not talk enough about with ChatGPT is how it can actually help with the mental side of things. So let's say you're someone who struggles with motivation and you need more drive, you need that extra push. You could literally pull up ChatGPT and ask it, give me motivational inspiration I can read every morning to stay consistent in my fitness journey. If you're a Christian, you could say, give me Bible verses that I could read every morning to help me live a healthier life. Let's say you're someone who you need tough love. Give me some tough love motivation that I could read every single day to push myself forward when I feel like quitting. and boom, it'll give you affirmations, daily reminders, motivational quotes specific to what you personally need to stay consistent. This matters because fitness is not just physical, it's mental. If your head isn't in the right place, your body won't follow. And that's the key, mastering the mind so that you can master the body. Now here's a catch. ChatGPT is amazing, but ChatGPT only gives you internal accountability. And this is why I said we live in an era today where we have more information than ever before, but people are more obese and more out of shape than ever before, and the obesity rate is just rising despite all the information that we have. So there's two different types of accountability. We have internal accountability and we have external accountability. ChatGPT will help you build the system. It will help you create structure. It gives you good reminders, but what it can't do for you is it can't give you external accountability. It's not going to call you when you skip the workout. It won't check in on you when life gets hard. It won't say where you at when you don't show up to your 6 a.m. workout. And it also won't celebrate your wins with you. To really succeed, you need both internal accountability and external accountability. The external accountability is real people in your corner, making sure you follow through. When you combine the two, I have internal accountability, me holding myself accountable and having the systems that AI creates me, and also external accountability. I have friends, coaches, mentors, family members, people holding me accountable to my goals. That is the recipe for success, and you'll get the results that actually last. Start with your nutrition. Number one, get a plan for that. Then move to your workouts. Have an actual workout structure for you. Then move to your cardio, and then focus on the mindset. And once you do that, you will be on your way to losing fat fast with AI.